Hello. Remember me? It's been a while. Uh, yeah, it's been a wee bit, hasn't it? Um, how long has it been? At least 2 months, maybe about 9 weeks. Yeah, I haven't been making videos. Initially, it was because I was flat out with my business, with my Etsy shop, making pouches, and after that it was because I just wasn't in the mood to when I had a little bit more time. And then it's just because I'm not really working with tarot at the moment at all, because I have a thumb injury, which is why my shop is on holiday mode at the moment, because I can't work. And so I wasn't sure. I was humming and hawing about whether to do this video, because I don't really have anything in particular to say or to talk about, especially as I haven't really been using tarot that much. But I'm trying to keep my head. That's the title of this live chat. I'm trying to keep my head. Hi, Chris, darling. Hello, Angelic Michelle. Yeah, I've got a splint on it. I hurt it about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Then about 3.5 weeks ago, I got the full hand splint, which really minimizes the use of my hand like a huge amount. I still wear that at night to keep my hand quite secure while I'm asleep. And then during the day, I wear what's called an oval 8-ring splint. And that means that I have a bit more movement in my, I can, with the full one, my hand is kept quite still and my thumb's kept like in position. Hello, Sam. Hi, Gerald. You're right. So yeah, I've just been warm enough. It's bloody boiling. It's hotter than Satan's ass crack right now in this living room, which is the coolest room in the house, and it's only going to get hotter this week. But yeah, so I'm just sort of losing my mind, because I've realized something. What's the lightsaber thing in the back? That is a painting by a friend of mine and my husband's, he's called Dominic Bradnam, and he specializes in neon effect paintings. Let's see if I can. Boop, boop, boop. So that's one of the pieces that we have. That's one of his earlier pieces. His work since moved on to incorporate scenes with neon neon signage in it. His work's really cool. We've got we've got a piece of his in the living room, which consists of 2 canvases that are meant to be mounted in a certain way. So we've got that in the hallway. But yeah, we had them for years. Yeah, the pain, Sam. So yeah, I realised that my identity is really tied up in the fact that I make things. I'm a maker. I'm an artist and a maker. And even when I wasn't making pouches to sell, I was doing, I've always done creative jobs. I started out in fashion as a pattern cutter and style developer. I did that until I was 30. That's what I initially trained in. That I trained in I trained in product design and development for the fashion industries, which covered a whole load of things. But I particularly went into pattern cutting specifically, because that was where my interest lay. And then I did hair and makeup for almost a decade. And despite all those having creative jobs, in my spare time, I was always drawing or painting or sewing or doing something. It's how I relax. It's one of the ways I relax. And so that has been taken from me. So not only can I not earn a living right now, I don't have the release of being able to make stuff, because I can't make stuff. Oh my god, it's like this catch-22. And it wouldn't be so bad if I was able to do one of the other things that I used to keep my, for my mental health, which is going on lovely long walks through the parklands and woodlands around London with Dr. Nomi. But because of a hip injury that I've been dealing with for over 18 months, I am getting help for it. It's an ongoing thing, so don't worry. There's appointments coming up, hospital appointments and pain clinic appointments and things happening. It's being seen to, but it's not remedied. But it means I'm not allowed to go. I can't. No, it's not even that I'm not allowed. I can't go on long walks, like 30 minutes max, and my the rest of the day my hip is fucked, and the next day I'm in pain. So I can't go even to my local PARK. I have to spell it really because Dr. Nomi's in the room and she will get very excited, even though we've already been out today. We got out this morning before it got too hot for a road walk just around the block, just a couple of times. So that was taken from me last year because it got to about August or September last year where I was seeing a physiotherapist and they're like, you need to stop going on these long walks. It's actively aggravating the injury. And so I had to just go on short walks around the block and build it up from there. So that walking in, I have been to the PARK a few times since then to meet up with friends or to just, because I'm like, I don't care if it's going to hurt. I just need to get into the greenery because I just need to, but I always pay for it afterwards, right? I'm always like, it was worth it, but so yeah, I don't have the option of going on the lovely long walks or foraging or any of that stuff that I do. So I feel really disconnected in that sort of witchy sense that I always feel with my herbalism and the plants and my local environment and the way that I was trying to connect with land spirits and build that relationship. So that's gone for now. And then the making things was gone. And one of the other things I used to do for escapism was read, but that's especially, I have problems with brain fog because of my ME and my fibro. But ever since the pandemic, trying to read, I bought a whole load of books this year, and have I been able to read them? I've read bits of a bunch of them, but have I finished any of them? Have I, Fook? So yeah, I don't really have any my coping mechanisms. I can't do yoga because of the hip thing. I'm only having to stick to my physio, so that's gone. Can't do the walking, can't do the making, can't do the reading, can't do the tarot because I can't shuffle. Although I've had a little workaround on that using dice, which you did post about. And also, there's a pandemic and I am clinically vulnerable, and it's not like I can just go, oh, just go sit in this cafe and chill out for a while, or oh, just go to the cinema, because there are no protections in place for people that are high risk. So I'm just sitting in my living room melting, losing my mind. I can't do audiobooks, Chris. It's the weirdest thing. I will listen to so many podcasts. I listen to podcasts every day. I listen to podcasts if I'm doing chores, if I am cooking, if I am, whatever I'm doing, I will lay and listen to podcasts at night. But audiobooks, I'm always having to, because my mind starts to wander. I always have to go back and rewind it, and it drives me crazy because sometimes I do have to do that with podcasts as well. I do the same when I'm reading. Sometimes I have to reread a sentence or a paragraph a bunch of times to make sure that I read it. I think it's an ADHD thing. Kay, hello Kelly. I haven't seen you for a while. Arrived to work early, so I have the chance to join. Oh, awesome sauce. Tinkerbell wants to go walking. Yeah, Nomi is just grumpy. She doesn't even want to go out anymore. She was the one, we were out for 20 minutes. I wanted to do at least 30 because that's my upper limit for walking. And usually my husband usually takes her for an hour. But she, within 15 minutes, she was like, I'm too hot. And this was this morning. So yeah, it's really, really, but yeah, so I'm finding that because it's my dominant hand that I've hurt, I'm really, really struggling because I really struggle I'm washing my hair once a week, and it's a real ordeal to do it. That's why I'm only doing it once a week, because it's trying to do it. I have to keep a splint on to do it, and then because it's wet, the splint and soapy, the splint is twisting and trying to come off, so then my thumb isn't, and then it's a whole thing. Brushing my teeth is difficult. Trying to chop I'm having to hold knives in a really particular way. I'm basically holding knives with the when I'm because my husband has to go into work on Mondays and Fridays, and works from home the rest of the time. I'm like holding the handle of the knife between these two fingers and then like bracing my thumb against it like this to keep it secure and slicing like this. I can't chop anything that's too firm, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, anything like that, forget it. But I could do like cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, that kind of thing. Like trying to do makeup, that's not really happening. Just all sorts of things you just take for granted, and it's literally just because I can't bend this joint. That's it. That fucks me completely. I can't sew, can't draw, I can't write. I had to post out the orders from my last shop restock that I did a couple of weeks ago. And I write the little handwritten notes that I do on my little handmade cards that I make. And I was like, oh my God, anyone that is a new customer, if you see this and you ordered from me, I'm really sorry. I apologize. Anyone that was a new customer, I think I wrote, please, I'm really sorry for my handwriting, but I can't really write right now. I was like it looks like a toddler wrote it, and that's being kind. So yeah, it's not going well. Need to get Mr. Bear to wash your hair for you. He helped me, but because I have to do it in the shower, like he brushed the conditioner through my hair and stuff. But last night he was at the recording studio. He goes to the recording studio to work on his own, so it's safer. Sometimes on a Sunday, and I was on my own, and that was the first time I've had to do it on my own, and it was cool. I did it, but like my curls didn't really come in because I was unable to like scrunch my product through my hair. I just had to just wash it and let it do whatever it does. It's very dry at the moment, so it's all the curls are dropping out. It's not happy. But yeah, he's been doing like fucking everything. He's been doing all the washing up. I managed to wash up this morning, but it really pisses my thumb off. Like I need to rest my thumb as much as possible. I'm not supposed to really be, doing too much with it anyway. So resting, taking anti-inflammatories, I'm just taking ibuprofen. I've stopped. I haven't done that as much the last week because I don't want to like take bucket loads of ibuprofen every bloody day. And I have physiotherapy exercises to do, and then I have an appointment next month for a whole bunch of things. It's like a all-in-one pain clinic thing at the hospital. And then if it hasn't healed by then, because it should be well into the time that it should have healed, it would be like 7 or 8 weeks. They usually say 4 to 6 weeks. They think it's probably trigger thumb, by the way, in case people are wondering, which is why it was getting stuck and doing the snappy thing at night. Ugh, it was horrible. So because I have fibromyalgia, things can take longer to heal. So they're like, well, if by then it'll be 8 weeks, and if it's not healed by then I'll be referred to a hand specialist at the hospital. But then, because everything is really behind and overloaded because of COVID, it could be 6 months before I see a hand specialist. So I'm like, how am I supposed to? I can't make a living. It's really, really frightening. I'm just hoping that it is going to be better by the time I have my pain clinic appointment, because that's already 8 or 9 weeks without being able to make stuff or have my shop up and running. And the thing that really frustrates me is that I was really starting to get into a routine, and I was really starting to get ahead. I was like trying to I really felt like there was a flow that I was getting into. I could work out. I have to go. Hold on a second. Hello. I bloody knew it. It was the hospital calling to book my laparoscopy that I've been waiting well over a year and a half for. But I'm really worried because hospital-acquired COVID is really high at the moment, and the COVID cases are going up. They reckon we'll have 350,000 cases a day every day by the middle of this week, because we are in the third wave in 6 months and it's the BA5 variant, which is a lot gnarlier. So I'm going to be really, really pissed off if I have been really, really careful this entire time and managed to avoid it, and I go in for an operation and I catch it in hospital. I'm going to be really fucking pissed off. So we will see what happens. But the letter, they said they're going to send the letter through. So, oh my God. Anyway, sorry about that. I just knew, I was like, shall I go live? And I was like, I've been waiting for the hospital to call me. I had my pre-op assessment last Wednesday, but the last pre-op assessment I had was July last year, and then I've had 2 pre-op assessments last year, one in February and one in July, and both times I didn't hear anything because they're only valid for 16 weeks or so, and if you don't get seen in that time for your operation, then you have to go back for another one. And then I got forgotten about for almost a year because COVID. So anyway, oh dear. So Kathy's here. Hello, Kathy. Joe, that sounds like it's a nightmare. So I've got all that, and then I've got, like I said, I've got hospital appointments. They wanted to book me in on the 4th of August. And I'm like, I've got another appointment on the 4th of August, which is for the pain clinic and for the but yeah, I'm really, really nervous about the operation because of the COVID. So we'll see. I'm still waiting for a call from my advocate. It says, Sam, what's that for, my love? But yeah, so it's been a lot. Dr. Nomi's in the corner of the room staring at me now. She's moved because the phone rang. It sort of freaked. It woke her up. She was having a bit of a nap over there on her little bed. But yeah, so now I'm like, oh God, I forgot to ask, because I was like aware that I was live. I forgot to ask her about all the COVID precautions, but I don't know. No, my luck, I'll catch it. I actually found out today a friend of mine has got COVID for the 4th time, and it's been 3 times this year. It's absolutely like gonna be fucking people's like immune systems. People that weren't clinically vulnerable are now going to be clinically vulnerable. Oh, PIP. Oh, okay, Sam. Okay. Well, I hope they call for you. B, hi B, you all right? Oh my God, you're due to be at court. Oh my goodness, that's not stressful. You okay, Sam? I'm really nervous about. I've been wearing an N95, but yesterday I ordered a half mask respirator, like the hardcore ones, because I'm going to need to be going on public transport during rush hour for one of my hospital appointments on the way home. I'm going to get caught in rush hour, and I'm like, oh God, and people are catching COVID even with like N95s or PPF2s at the moment, because Omicron is so contagious, Omicron BA5. So I'm just like, but yeah, so I just have this horrible feeling that I'm going to go in and end up, catching it. And it's going to be BA5, which is proving to be really gnarly, way more gnarly than the other Omicron variants. It's attacking right lower into the lungs, like the wild variant, which other variants had sort of evolved to sort of just attack the upper respiratory area. So, oh dear, it's virtual court. No, don't say that my problems are worse. Don't say that. We've all got our own struggles, and they, you know, and that's like, do you know what it makes me think of? Like, whenever I would hurt myself or I've got anything going on, my mom will go, oh, well, stop complaining. There's people that have it worse, as if like just completely invalidating how you feel or what you're going through. I hate that whole, like, it's not the like oppression Olympics when it comes to, things like that with regards to health, or, we all struggle with stuff. But yeah, good luck with that, Sam. Like what B said. Glad B had success that way. That's good. But yeah, so it's just been a lot. I've had a couple of bereavements as well, so that's a lot. Yeah, I think it was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. tomorrow a friend died. He was 37. He was just about to turn 38. The coroner's report came through and it was a heart attack. So yeah, it's been rough. And then there's my husband lost his uncle 3 days before that, or 4 days before that. So that the funerals are within a day of each other. So his uncle's funeral is on Monday the 18th, and my friend's funeral is on Tuesday the 19th. So there's been that. That's made me not really feel like making videos as well. Yeah, so this is cheering. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So I've just been unable to just get on and make videos for a whole number of reasons, and I'm just trying to keep my sanity. Thank you, B. Yeah, I'm trying. It's been really, really rough. Get it all out. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically, you're all up to speed with what's been going on. I have had a workaround for using the tarot, which was modifying Julie over at Peekaboo Rose's way of using dice. She posted a video a while ago and it completely passed me by. I don't know how I missed it, but I found it a couple of months ago and was really, really blown away by it. And I was like, oh, this is so much fun. Like, it's fun. It's different. It's a really great way to use decks that are too difficult to shuffle for whatever reason, whether that is because the card stock or the size of the deck, or because it's a really fragile old vintage deck and you don't want to handle it too much. But I also made the point, I shared it on my community feed and made a point to show that it would also be accessible for anyone that has problems with their hands, or what do you call it, grip issues, which I sometimes do get because I get pain in my my hands sometimes anyway, beside this thing. But little did I know that I was genuinely actually going to need that that way of picking cards. Just a short while later, I'm there actually needing it. I modified it slightly. I do want to make a video showing how I modified it and what I'm doing. Hi Deanne, you're right, my dear. But I use a D4 and a D20. I use two different dice. I have loads of dice because I play tabletop RPGs, role-playing games. The one that most people would be familiar with would be Dungeons and Dragons, which is a game that I play every other week online with friends. So yeah, so I have so many dice. So it's like I get to use them for something else. And actually, at the weekend, my husband helped me go through some of my decks and swap over some of my decks in my little tarot case. You know, the little suitcase, mini suitcase. That's what my laptop is sitting on right now, actually. Just so I could switch out some more like summary decks and just change up the cards that I could use. So yeah, Shuffle Tarot did a vid on drawing the 78 numbers onto glass beads and picking them out for cards. Oh, that's a cool idea. I'd probably still struggle with that. I'd have to use my left hand for that because I still can't. And I can't write on 78 beads at the moment because I can't write because of the thumb brace. I literally can't hold a pen properly. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's I feel like yeah, life has been pissing on my cornflakes somewhat. And I'm not really one for summer. I don't really enjoy the summer in the sense that it's too hot, it's too bright, it's too muggy. I'm already ready for autumn. I'm waiting until like mid-September. That's when it really starts to cool down usually. Oh, I can't wait. Like June, I'm like, I will abide it, right? Come July, I'm like already the number of like horror shows and things or films that I watch like ramps up from like July. August it really starts to go into overdrive because I'm just getting into spooky season mode. It's I get more excited about autumn and Halloween than I did as I did about a Christmas as a kid. Like I genuinely get more excited. Like come July, I'm like I'm so ready for autumn. And we've still got August to get through. And August is going to be like hospital palooza for me because I've got all the appointments and all the poking and prodding and operations. I'm glad they've done the operation after all my other appointments. I've been booked in. What did she say? The 16th of August, the operation's booked in. It's a Tuesday. So, yeah, that's. I won't have to worry about struggling to get to any other appointments after that, I think, for at least for the time being. Boris is on the way out on a good note. Yeah, but you know, like I'm glad. Well, he's still there. You know, he just. I mean, I think he should have just gone, and that Shaps, as much of a fucking dick he is, should have been caretaker prime minister for the time being. But they're all just awful, aren't they? They're all awful. They're currently in a competition on Twitter of who could be the most transphobic. It seems right now. My God. We've got Priti Patel, who is a literal shark in a human suit, dead behind the eyes. We've got Braverman, like who is she? We've got Rishi Sunak, who I'm pretty sure is actually an android and has no ability to relate to actual humans. We've got someone who was described last week on Twitter as sentient quiche, Liz Truss. Like, slim pickings. It's slim pickings. Oh, finally watched the new Craft. Oh, I'm saving that. I'm saving that one. Do you know what I'm watching at the moment? I am very late to the party, but I am obsessed with Nordic Noir. I can't find the bridge anywhere to watch for free at the moment, that which was out like 10 years ago. What am I doing? But I've watched the Icelandic drama The Valhalla Murders. That was on Netflix. Then I watched the Icelandic drama Katla, which was on Netflix. Then I watched the Norwegian drama Morbid, which is more of a comedy drama. That was really fun. Not morbid, more is it called? No, what's it called? Is it called Morbid? No, what's it called? Bloody hell. It's the tagline is nobody dies in Scaners. What's it called? But yeah, I watched that, I binged that, and I'm currently working my way through Trapped, which is another Iceland. I'm really enjoying the Icelandic dramas because there's lots of tundra. It makes me feel cool in this hot weather. So I'm currently just yesterday I started season 2 of Trapped. But season 3, there's 3 seasons. Season 3 isn't on Prime, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to watch that, which is annoying. I did all of Stranger Things 4 towards I only had to wait 2 days between the last episode that I'd watched, which was episode 7, and then episodes 8 and 9 for part 2 because I waited so long to watch it. Been watching Ms. Marvel, really enjoying that. I finished Moon Knight I watched that as it aired, and also been watching. We watched Obi-Wan Kenobi, finished that. So yeah, I'm mostly just watching Nordic Noir. That's what I'm enjoying at the moment, which is ironic, right? Because I struggle to read, and sometimes, you know, my husband and I will have film nights on like a Saturday and a Sunday if he's not at the studio on a Sunday, and sometimes I'm like, I can't watch a foreign film tonight because I don't have the focus to read. I have to be able to focus. But like little bite-sized chunks of watching smaller, like 40-minute episodes of something with subtitles is fine. But then I end up binging it. Like there was one 2 weeks ago, a Monday 2 weeks ago, I was really having to, when was it? Maybe it was last week. I really had to sit and rest my thumb because it was so sore and so inflamed. I watched like 8 episodes of like Nordic Noir, and I went to bed. I was exhausted. I was like, why am I so tired? But because I get post-exertional malaise, that's not just related to physical exertion. It's also linked to mental exertion. Of course, I've just spent like 8 hours watching back to back like subtitled TV, and it like really wore me out. So I've had to like dial it back a bit. Oh, and then I've been watching like spooky videos on YouTube. That's the other thing. Nuke's Top 5. I used to watch Nuke's Top 5 back in the day when he first started the channel, and then I completely forgot that that channel existed, because that's what happens. I forget that things I have like object impermanence, where things just evaporate from my brain. And then it was suggested to me in my like YouTube suggestions, like, oh my god, Nuke's Top 5. And then I've been binging like let's be honest, most of the videos are going to be fake, but they're so fun. They're like little mini horror films, but they're not. I'm waiting for ST. Arcane is the nuts. I haven't watched ST Stranger Things. Oh, okay, Arcane. I haven't watched Arcane yet. I think I've got it on my list though. We didn't wait to watch Stranger Things. So this month, yeah, loads of people have been complaining, and I'm like, oh, I finally watched Multiverse of Madness because that went on Disney Plus. But I'm waiting for obviously Thor: Love and Thunder to go up, because that's currently at the theaters and I can't go see that at the moment. Just getting a text message from the hospital saying your appointment for your surgery has been booked. Yay. Lucky me. Well, I guess lucky me, yes, because I shouldn't be churlish, because, you know, we are very lucky to have the NHS as broken down and as downtrodden as it is. Which baby farmer? Hello, Jen, you all right? Lovely to see you. I thought of you while watching the MST3K Gauntlet, says Gerald. Yeah, I did that. That was a good one, that one. Sometimes I watch some of the old, I've been watching some of the riff tracks that are on Prime. There's been some fun ones for those as well. So yeah, I've been binging the Red Handed podcast, Late to the Party. I've not listened to that, but I've heard good things about that, Exploring Tarot. Joe says Nordic Noir is their favourite. Do you have any recommendations other than the bridge, which I can't seem to get access to anywhere? Yeah, it is like one of my biggest fears in life is being put under general anesthetic. I am 41 and a half years old, and I have managed to avoid it until now. Anything that I have needed, I've insisted on sedation, but this operation, it will have to be done under general, and I'm absolutely bricking it. So not only am I facing one of my biggest fears of my entire life, which is being put under general anesthetic, I also have a hospital phobia, so I will obviously be in hospital, and there's the risk of hospital acquired COVID I'm terrified about, because it is rife at the moment. And I have avoided it thus far, and this particular variant that is dominating is really gnarly. So I'll be like, just my fucking luck to go into hospital after all this time, catch it, and it also be like a really extra gnarly, because that'll be it, I'll be fucked. And then obviously my husband will get it and he'll be fucked, because we're both clinically vulnerable. So but at the same time, I don't know if I can, like, you know, yeah, you'd be nuts. I don't want to get too freaked out by it, Sam. I'm trying not to like think about it too much, because it's like, what, 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away at the moment, so I can sort of push it out of my head. But yeah, getting close to the time, I'll be an absolute wreck. So yeah, the good thing is my husband works from home Tuesdays through Thursdays, so he will only have to take probably the Friday off work, or not take it off, but work from home on the Friday as well, so that if I need anything, I mean, it's an outpatient, not an outpatient, it's a day patient thing. I should be in. They said I shouldn't have to stay in, depending on what time I end up having my operation. So they want me to go in for 7, but 7:30 probably. But like, I've got a friend actually today who is having surgery, and he went in to the hospital. He was at the hospital at 6:45 a.m. He's still waiting for his surgery. So, you know, once they do the surgery, you need a few hours to sort of come round and make sure that you're not sick, and they need to make sure that you do a wee and all that jazz before you can like leave. But yeah, it does have shorts on Prime. Oh, did you not know? Oh yeah, there was more on there before Christmas, Gerald, because a bunch of it's been made to pay, like, you have to pay for, but I managed to watch most of those. So yeah, they've got a whole bunch of stuff on there. So I've been enjoying the riff tracks as well. So Yeah, wow, that was 35 minutes of me basically moaning, I guess. But I'm home alone. It's too hot. I'm fed up. Oh dear. What can I do? But yeah, I just thought I'd catch you all up and just be like, hey, remember me? I'll try and do now. Like, I was worried about filming on my phone to show how I've been using the dice to pick cards. Um, because I could get a phone call anytime from the hospital. They could call literally between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. anytime from when I had my pre-op assessment last Wednesday. So I've been a bit like by my phone for the last few days, because they can even phone on like a Saturday or a Sunday. They have done in the past to make appointments on Sundays a couple of times. So I was like, I've been like every time my phone rings. But now I shouldn't have to worry about that because I've had the call. So I'll be able to, because what I want to do is set up how I do it and get my tripod and like film like that. I don't want to have to be holding my phone because I'm going to need my hands to roll the dice and show you how I use it. So I'll try and do that. Yeah, it's the way it is, B, isn't it? Like, it depends. The surgery is only meant to be an hour, but the man that went in before them has been in now for 3 hours. So I don't know if he's had complications and it's really pushed my friend's surgery back. So yeah, it's meant to be a day. His is meant to be a day patient as well. But if not, that's the thing. If you end up being right at the end of the day and you need hours to sort of come round and have a wee and everything, you might have to then stay in. And I don't want to have to do that because I'll be like there going, put my mask on. I'm going to say to them in the hospital, like, as soon as I am able, can you put a mask on me? Because I do not want to be on a ward, because they're not separating COVID wards now. They're just putting everyone together, which is just insane. Although hospitals are now, the government withdrew the need for masks and other mitigations in hospitals at the end of May. And in the last week or so, hospital trusts all over the UK have been having to reinstate them because things are so bad. I'm like, if anything, you should be having that because it's a hospital. And also, like, I'd have people that I know who are like very clinically, like clinically extremely vulnerable and like refusing to go into their hospital treatments because it's too dangerous for them now. All the measures have been taken away. It's bonkers. Make it make sense. Yeah, exactly, B. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it, right? Hospital. 1 in 4 cases of COVID in hospital at the moment have been acquired in hospital. So yeah, it's really, it's not great, and the BA.5 variant is really gnarly. It's really rough. So we will see. I mean, if it's, well, I know, right? But they can't because the NHS is absolutely floundering. They were having COVID wards, and like anyone that then tested positive for COVID was taken to a COVID ward. But the NHS is trying to recoup. You know, the reason I've been waiting more than 18 months for this, I should have been seen max. I got my referral. No, I was told I needed to have the operation in December of 2020. I should have been seen, had the pre-op, had the operation, if things were running normally, if there wasn't COVID, by March 2021. That's how bad things are. So I would have waited almost an extra hour, an extra year and a half on top of the usual waiting time. So it'll be like almost a year and 9 months almost by the time Homerton Hospital have always insisted. Do you know what? It's funny you say that, B, because Homerton, when you look at this is the kind of person, when you look at the statistics and the charts for hospital-acquired COVID for each trust, Homerton comes out as one of the best. And actually, I went to the Royal Free. You all know the Royal Free, right, B? Because you're a Londoner. I was at the Royal Free for my pre-op assessment last Wednesday, and they've reinstated mask wearing as well. The problem for me is it's all very well, and I have to do a COVID test the day before I go into the hospital. But the problem I'm worried about is once I'm in recovery after I've had general anesthetic and they put you aside to like on a ward to like wake up and everything, that ward is a free for all. It's really worrying. But I'm hoping I'll be going to Chase Farm. Yeah, it is a postcode lottery, isn't it, B? But Chase Farm is the like it's a lot more difficult for me to get to, but at least it has lots and lots of parking. So I think what's going to happen is my husband's going to have to hire a zip car. We're going to have to hire a zip car, and then we're going to have to drive up to Chase Farm early that morning, and then he'll have to come collect me when he can with the zip car later in the day, hopefully. But yeah, there's plenty of parking, so that shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, it's a real postcode lottery. So but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wind this down now, just because I need to. Well, I'm really thirsty. I've had a glass of water down by the side here this whole time. I totally forgot. What a silly sausage. Yeah, that's better. Drinking so much water, and all my coffees. I've been doing iced coffee for myself. I won't have anything other than iced coffee when it's this hot. But yeah, I think I've already said this, but I think we are now definitely. Can't you get trust? Hospital transport is a real nightmare, and also like I've had people not make it to their hospital appointment on time with hospital transport because things are really shagged at the moment. You'd think it would be useful, but at the moment with COVID, especially now, COVID cases are going back up, and I would rather we are able to hire a car and drive up that way, so I would rather that service go to someone that really needs it, like someone that doesn't have someone that can drive them. I would rather they have it. We do have the option of hiring the car. So, and I feel more in control of hiring the car, if that makes sense, because I don't have to wait for that car to turn up and then go all the way there. And then we're in a transport with someone we don't know. Like it'll be me and my husband in the car. We control when we book it. We control, like if I say, well, I need to be at the hospital by 7, but I want to be at the hospital by 6:30, just because I panic about being late for anything, then I have the control to do that. But yeah, that is an option, but I'd rather not use it. So yeah, that's up to date. I will try and make the the dice card selection video. Linda, hello. Yeah, I'm just about to sign off, lovely. And other than that, I don't really know whether I'll be making videos, because like, cause Simon at the Hermit's Cave is like, oh, you can make videos now. You're saying that, was it Simon or was it my husband? Which Simon was it? I can't, my memory is trash. Someone said to me, well, now that you can't work, maybe you could just make more videos. And I'm like, I guess, but I can't really use tarot that much at the moment. So I don't know what I'd be talking about. Um, so we will see. I guess if the mood strikes me, I'll try and make a video. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Linda. That's very sweet of you to say. But yeah, I just thought I'd show my face, show my mug. And so I'm still here. I'm just sort of floating around in the background. I've been watching a lot more, well, like I said, Nuke's Top 5, which is like a ghost video, ghosts caught on camera type channel. It's pretty much all fakes, but it's good fun. And then like Sewing Tube, and what else was I watching? Watercolor Tube, and loads of Nordic Noir. So I haven't been really around on Tarot Tube that much either. So I feel quite out of the loop at the moment with what's going on. I talk about loads. Yeah, but it's waffle, isn't it, Sam? Sometimes I get off a video and I go, why is anyone watching this stuff? I don't know. But I guess it's a diversion, I guess. Oh my god, I'm so warm. It's really really heating up. I'm just going to see what the temperature is now at this point. Shall we see? The BBC says it is 31 degrees Celsius. And oh shit, I just pressed on the same link. And the Met Office says that it is 30 degrees Celsius, soon to be 31. What's that in Fahrenheit? Because I don't know. Should we see? 31. Nope, nope. It is almost 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Compared to what some of my other friends in the US are dealing with, is nothing. But our buildings are built to retain heat. Joey's watercolor painting now. Oh, I'm so jealous. The week that I did this injury, I was getting back into watercolor painting. and I was looking on videos. I wanted to like buy some more paint. So I was in the market for some tubes of paint, and I was doing some research, and I was getting back into like maybe getting some new brushes. Oh my God. And then I did this, and I tried painting with the splint on, and it was just not happening. Because I was like, well, it's not like writing. I don't have to like really hold, but it just, I don't know. It's 8 in Sydney, Australia, and I have my butt against the heater. Oh, do you know what though? I'm a little bit jealous. My happy time is like, don't get me wrong, when it's really cold and wet and dark and windy and winter, by sort of the end of February, I'm like fully over it. But that nice sweet spot between like the end of September and like just little bit at the beginning of January is just chef's kiss, because it's like, because December isn't really that cold here in the UK, not since climate change. So it's just nice. It's when you get to like February and March that it really like you really start to freeze your tits off. I love to acrylic paint, really want to get into watercolors. Watercolors are magical. I got into watercolor painting when I was a teen, and then fell out of it for a massive chunk of time, and sort of have occasionally gone back round to it, but never like really seriously looked at using it in a way that, like proper learning all the, granulation and all the different skills. I've always used it in a more sort of crafting kind of way, and so not in a sort of fine art way. But yeah, one day when this is all healed up, I'll have 12 million pouches to sew to catch up with. I just felt like I was just getting in a I also felt like my shop was gaining momentum, I think, when I did this. And I feel like I'm going to be kind of partially starting all over again. I had bought some new fabric colors. I had some new gorgeous ribbon, like yummy colored new colors of velvet ribbon in different widths. I was starting to work on prototypes for like dice / like rune bags. I was like in a zone. I was just so excited about all these things I wanted to do for my shop. And then this happened, and like it really pulled the rug out from underneath me. So I'm just like, I feel like I can never catch a break, because I was wanting to work on the machine sewed pouches that I keep saying I wanted to make, so that I could make some slightly cheaper but more uh, what's the word, sustainable bags for me to make, so I didn't have to hand sew everything, because I'm pretty sure this has happened because I was relentlessly hand sewing, and it's a repetitive strain injury. Yeah, it's still in the very formative stages. Like the first 2 prototypes I made didn't work out at all, because I'm trying to do a certain type of thing and keep it in keeping with the way that my tarot pouches look. So I want it to have like a certain Kelly Burness about it, but they failed. But you learn something even when you fail, right? So I know what I don't want to do. But I was just about to like start working on like the 3rd prototype, and I did this, and I was like, no, I was on a roll. I was like starting to like formulate these ideas, and But anyway, let's see. Room bags, don't miss those days. I'm menopausal, so cold is nice, or iodinized is nice. Oh, you're red all the time. Oh no, bless you. Oh dear. Yeah, Deanne, September is my birthday. Sweet spot. Yeah. Okay, so I have waffled on enough at you all. Oh, Patrice, I'm just about to go. No, honey. I really think of you. Oh, thank you, sweetie. My hand is it's only sort of halfway through its healing time, and it's not there at all. I might have to go to a hand specialist, it turns out. We will see. Womp womp. So yeah, life keeps handing me lemons, and I can't even use my hand to make lemonade on my little lemon squeeze. That's me on my lemon squeezer. I need an electric lemon squeezer. That's what I need. So yeah, it should all pass, like saying to Sam about the menopause. But yeah, but when is the question, right? Just the same with all things shall pass eventually. But bye, Joe. You take care. Thank you. Yes, so I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Montag. It is almost 3 p.m. here in London, and I think I'm going to go pour myself a nice fresh glass of water, nice and cold, and stay hydrated, and have an apple. I think that's a good snack to have on a hot day, a crunchy refrigerated apple. So it's good to see you. Glad I made it. Oh, thank you, Patrice. Yeah, nice to see you, even if it was just very briefly. So I hope you all look after yourselves, and yeah, and that you're doing well. And I shall see you at some point, but I don't know when. Thank you, Linda. You too, lovely. Take care. Ciao.